The next guest, which is Marco Bonometti, who's president of Confindustria Lombardia. Welcome, President.
Thank you, Andrea. Good afternoon. Dear colleague, dear guest, ladies and gentlemen, it is always an honor to welcome you to the World Manufacturing Forum. I thank the president of the World Manufacturing Foundation, Alberto Ribolla, for the work he has done over this year. I also thank Regione Lombardia for the continuous support to the World Manufacturing Forum. Thank you. Despite the critical period we are experiencing, I would like to thank you to be present at this two-day meeting to discuss together the future of manufacturing industry. For years, the World Manufacturing Forum has been a fixed appointment for manufacturing enterprises from all over the world who come together to discuss digital technology, future scenario, value chains, circular economy for the well-being of citizens and territories. The future of the industry will depend on the choices that the different governments will be able to make in this month. Because of the pandemic in Italy, the manufacturing industry has been thrown into crisis by a double shock that has affected both demand and supply. The confirmation came from the drop in turnover and loss of production, which will suffer a double digital contraction in 2020. Italian industry have been able to resist before and are reacting now, confirming that manufacturing is a driving force for the whole economy and the to create development and the benefit. The condition must be created to restore business. There is a need for industrial policy on a few clear medium to long-term priorities in order to support industry in facing global competition, favoring adaptation to the future scenario of global manufacturing. We need to strengthen company ability to consolidate their position in global value chains, to access new technologies, and to complete the international market. The crisis phase will accelerate some innovation process that had already been started towards the transition to 4.0, and that will result in investment in automation, the management of production plants and logistics, in digitalization, in green economy investment, and in new infrastructure for mobility. In addition, large investment will be necessary for the realization of new production, using technological innovation and a sustainable solution to meet market and customer demand. Industry as a place where innovation is created and guarantee the technological transition to a new horizon of sustainable development. It is clear and simple message that we are launching today from the World Manufacturing Forum. The enterprise is the engine to make prosperous society, and production is the fuel. Without a high-level fuel, it is impossible to achieve maximum performance for a car. The World Manufacturing Forum is an open space with the aim of sharing guidelines and proposals to promote the growth of this sector, essential for development and the prosperity for people and territories. Our goal is project to strengthen and protect industrial value chain. Their competitiveness must be the priority. We have to create a system by involving all the supply chain, in university, education system, research center, technology institute, that together they will know out to build a partnership to prepare our industrial system to face the challenge for tomorrow. There is no growth and innovation without people. Let's think about our tomorrow today. The World Manufacturing Forum estimated that in the next 10 years, automation will change 50% of jobs, but only 5% will be lost. 9 out of 10 jobs will require digital skill. We will have low skill and vulnerable young people. Skill must always be stepped with the need and enterprises, especially in supporting the transition to Industry 4.0. We ask the government to allocate more resources for investment and trading. Therefore, it is essential to build a dual education model based on school-industry partnership. Only in this way, we allow companies to set up and implement their development and ensuring at the same time employability for the younger generation. Let me conclude with an appeal dedicated to the central theme of this edition of this World Manufacturing Forum, the role of artificial intelligence in manufacturing. In 2018, the European Commission, in its ethical guideline for reliable artificial intelligence, stated that the ethical dimension of artificial intelligence cannot be considered a luxury option, nor alliancely completely. Only with trust will our society be able to take full advantage of technology. Ethical artificial intelligence is a win-win proposal for everyone that can offer a competitive advantage to Europe. That is to be a leader in the development of an artificial intelligence that citizens can trust. It must be clear we want that the person remain firm at the center of the industrial future. Thank you, and good World Manufacturing Forum to all.
Thank you, President Bonometti. I'm afraid that we've lost connection with the president of Confindustria Lombardia. Confindustria Lombardia was crucial in bringing World Manufacturing Forum to Lombardy, to Cernobbio since the beginning. Thanks, grazie ancora. Thank you, President Bonometti. But also, Regione Lombardia has been supporting the World Manufacturing Forum since the very beginning, and we do have the president of Regione Lombardia, Fontana, in connection for his welcome. President Fontana.
Good afternoon to all of you, and thanks for your invitation. I do attend with pleasure and interest to 2020 World Manufacturing Forum, one of the most important meetings on manufacturing supported by Regione Lombardia. We are facing a dramatic moment due to the pandemic situation. The COVID-19 emergency is having painful effects at an economical and social level. The European Commission estimates a 7.4 contraction on GDP in 2020, 10.2% in Lombardy region, a heavy blow to a slow-growing economy, such Italy is. Now, more than ever, we need to draw a manufacturing renaissance based on a few remarkable elements. In the short term, Lombardy region has to focus on two priorities. First, to secure the region from a health point of view in order to defend business and jobs. We must minimize the spread of infection, which means promoting simple precautions, investing in hospitals and emergency medicine to enable enterprises to keep working. That is what enterprises are asking since the breakout of COVID emergency. Second, to support the most sensitivity economic sector which has been hit by the emergency consequence. Let me point out that this is not a subsidious policy, but a temporary measure to ensure continuity in terms of production and employment. In the medium and longer term, I believe it is essential to develop a strategic vision to address investments and resources, both national and European, toward key sectors with a leverage effect on economy. The Recovery Fund represents a unique chance to rebuild our country as far as it is matched with a comprehensive long-term plan. We need to ask ourselves, where is our country heading to? Where is Europe heading to? And where is our global economy heading to? Research, digital technology, circular economy are some of the key drivers of a resilient economy. Since our regional economy lays on small and medium enterprises, I welcome the idea of imposing that a part of the GDP shall be invested in R&D or digital technologies. Meanwhile, the institutions have to engage in education by promoting digital training and IT skills. It is time to be brave and to stand together to overcome the old economic model. The invention of a linear perspective gave birth to the artistic renaissance. In the same way, technology, digitalization, and innovation could represent the colors to paint the new manufacture renaissance. Thank you and good work to you.
Thank you, President Attilio Fontana. Thank you so much for your message, for being here today. Now, we move over to the scientific major partner of the World Manufacturing Forum, Politecnico di Milano. Professor Alessandro Perego is director of the Economic Department and also Management and Engineering. Professor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon to all attendees. In this introductory speech, I'm talking as the representative of Politecnico di Milano, of the Rector and the Senate. So, first of all, I would like to greet you all, also on behalf of all of them. First of all, let me say that at the WMF, we are at home. We consider the World Manufacturing Forum as a creature of ours, as part of our extended international campus. We are in this from the very beginning in 2011. The first edition of the World Manufacturing Forum, under the title Innovation in Global Manufacturing, was held in May 2011 with the participation, I remember, of over 300 policymakers, researchers, and industry leaders, and the economic support of the European Commission. It was held at Chernobyl, the same venue of this year, even though this year only a few lucky people, such as Andrea, are attending from there. We are proud to see that from that first edition, the forum has gained traction. In this edition, there are thousands of attendees, becoming a central venue for innovators in manufacturing. Last year, the WMF made another fundamental step. In fact, the forum has been grounded in the World Manufacturing Foundation in order to give it stability and stronger roots. This year, the forum has extended to a full week with many side events in addition to the main forum, and producing, manufacturing, a second product, then the traditional report, whose title, Back to the Future, Manufacturing After the COVID-19, is all but trivial and perfectly represents the higher purpose of the forum. In fact, the vision of WMF gives to manufacturing, and especially innovation in manufacturing, a central role within the global economic system and considers it as a driver of transformation for the common good. This is totally consistent with Politecnico di Milano's vision, which sees technology as a formidable driver for the responsible and sustainable development of society. In both visions, the key point is fostering a critical understanding of the opportunities offered by technology and at the same time of the threats posed by an abuse of technology. I really like to highlight the adjective critical understanding because we all know how important this critical thinking is today in our society, where thinking very seldom goes in depth, penetrating the surface of things. Incredibly, the importance of manufacturing, from the design of products to the design and management of production systems and supply chains, incredibly, the importance of manufacturing had been called into question in the period of the so-called Third Industrial Revolution. However, manufacturing has been regaining its relevance and a central role in society in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And now, in the middle of the second wave of this terrible pandemic, nobody, I underline nobody, would doubt the relevance of manufacturing. Since if the most of our society can live without serious shortages of the goods and services we are accustomed to, this is because of the incredible resilience that the manufacturing system has shown. And at the same time, the solution to many issues in delivering critical medical assistance, think about COVID tests, intensive care, and in the future, the production and distribution of a COVID vaccine, the solution of these issues is a typical problem in the domain of manufacturing and supply chain management. Finally, a comment on the key topic of this year's edition, artificial intelligence for the manufacturing renaissance. Artificial intelligence as a key driver of resilience economy and supply chains. Nothing could be more representative, more telling about the goal of the WMF. Perhaps the most promising class of technologies that opens expectations, but also fears, that must be driven towards the common good, whose development must be governed by us, whose potential benefits must be reaped, otherwise we are wasting a big opportunity, and whose possible risks must be mitigated by responsible leaders. So, a final thank to all the friends of the WMF that made this event happen, even in this critical period, especially in this critical period. Because it is exactly in a period of crisis that it is easier to innovate and change the world for the best. Because it is exactly in a period of crisis that we have the responsibility to innovate and change the world for the best. So thank you, and keep on enjoying a fruitful WMF forum.
Well, thank you, Professor Perego. Thank you. It was good to have you here. Again, thanks for the support of Politecnico di Milano. And yes, Italy and Lombardy want to play a major role in the Fourth Industrial Revolution and also in the discussion on the future, hosting also, the WMF. But at the same time, this is a global forum. And so we're very pleased to introduce you to Yong, who's the chair of UNIDO, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, that is a partner of WMF, that wanted to send this message to you.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to address the World Manufacturing Forum's annual meeting today. UNIDO and WMF share a common mission, giving our shared commitment to promote and advocate for sustainable industrial development. It is also an honor to be able to engage with our Italian host. UNIDO benefits much from the support of the government of Italy, one of our key donors, and indeed our positive engagement with many Italian regional authorities and private Italian companies. WMF 2020 annual meeting theme on artificial intelligence is spot on and extremely timely. In the year dominated by COVID-19 pandemic, AI has shown itself to be an indispensable tool in combating the virus. Let us not forget that AI was crucial in identifying the outbreak of this new pathogen and is being deployed extensively to address the pandemic, most notably through the identification of infected persons and in the management of the infections through contact tracing applications. The potential of AI being a transformative tool, and in particular in support of the achievement of the 2030 agenda, is considerable. The 2020 WMF annual meeting report notes that AI enterprise applications were worth an estimated $1.6 billion globally in 2018, and is projected to grow to $31.2 billion by 2025. Studies have also estimated that approximately 136 out of current 169 SDG targets can potentially be achieved using AI solutions. This shows that AI presents us with huge opportunities to increase industrial efficiency and productivity, to improve the industrial safety and to build sustainable cities and improve public infrastructure, transport, and services inter alia. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, while we find opportunities to tap into the benefits of AI, we must also consider the potential misuses of AI. These include issues such as mass surveillance, facilitation of the hate speech, deep fake technologies, fake news, violation of privacy, and the cybercrime. We also need to address the potential inequalities arising from AI. Our Industrial Development Report 2020 found that 10 economies dominated the creation and the diffusion of the advanced digital production technologies, while 88 economies had little or no involvement in production or use of advanced digital production technologies, highlighting implications for digital divides. Similarly, we must also be proactive in combating gender inequalities, while has the prosperity to be widened as a result of AI proliferation. Women are at a great risk of the displacement in labor-intensive industries, with automation already having reduced employment in some sectors, such as garment industry. Towards this end, important benefits can come from the close collaboration. I'm confident that the challenges of AI can be comprehensively addressed through the international dialogue, partnerships, and a collective action. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, training and upskilling of the labor force are vital in managing the transition to digitalization. The benefits of digitalization must be shared inclusively. As a member of the UN system, UNIDO is harnessing its knowledge and experience to upskill businesses and workers for the future of manufacturing. We must capitalize on platforms such as our Learning and Knowledge Development Facility, an important program training and equipping young people in developing countries from the demands of this new era, and partnership ventures such as AI for Good Global Summit also help us to capitalize on potential gains related to advanced technology and innovation. I look forward to working with all of you in harnessing AI for inclusive and sustainable industrialization. Thank you.
So, thank you to UNIDO and its Director General, Mr. Yong.